Welcome to the Grimdark Chronicles. Something of mystery, an information repository, and a place of history and bygone times. With the archival world of Calliope lost to heretical treachery, now only a few data repositories remain. Catachan, the jungle death world. Catachan, often referred to as the quintessential death world, epitomizes the lethal dangers of the Warhammer 40K galaxy. Its entire surface is engulfed by dense, tropical jungles filled with some of the most dangerous flora and fauna known to humanity. The planet's ecosystem is so hostile that survival is an ongoing battle. The trees themselves are carnivorous, capable of devouring anything unfortunate enough to wander into their grasp, while spore clouds can suffocate entire squads of unprepared soldiers. The Catachan barking toad, for instance, can emit a lethal gas that kills anything in its vicinity, effectively acting as a biological landmine. Every aspect of the planet seems designed to obliterate life rather than sustain it. The inhabitants of Catachan are among the toughest humans in the galaxy, shaped by their environment into hardy survivalists. Only the strong survive, and this has led to the emergence of a warrior culture unmatched in resilience. Every individual is trained in jungle warfare from birth, with survival skills passed down through generations. This brutal environment fosters a level of expertise that the Imperium values immensely, leading to the formation of the renowned Catachan jungle fighters. These elite Astra Militarum regiments are experts in guerrilla warfare, sabotage, and ambush tactics, earning a reputation for their effectiveness in jungle and close quarters combat. Despite the perils, Catachan is not entirely devoid of strategic value. The deadly vegetation and hostile wildlife have occasionally been weaponized against invading forces. During an Orc-Wav invasion, the Catachan defenders used the planet itself as a weapon, luring Orc forces into the jungles where they fell prey to the environment. Such tactics have cemented Catachan's status as both a death world and an unassailable fortress. However, living on the planet comes at a cost. The average life expectancy of a native Catachan is staggeringly low, and even seasoned warriors often fall victim to the jungle's perils. Yet, it is this harsh existence that makes Catachan so valued in the galaxy. The jungle fighters exemplify the Imperium's philosophy of perseverance and adaptation. Their ability to turn adversity into strength and their unyielding will to survive have made them legendary among the countless worlds of the Imperium. Few other planets can claim to have forged warriors of such grit, resilience, and unparalleled skill, all honed in the crucible of a world designed to kill. Fenris, the world of fire and ice. Fenris, the homeworld of the Space Wolves, chapter of the Adeptus Astartes, stands as a testament to survival against insurmountable odds. Located in the segmentum obscurus, Fenris experiences extreme climate cycles due to its highly elliptical orbit. During the summer, volcanic eruptions and seismic activity turn the planet into a fiery hellscape, with rivers of molten lava flowing across its surface. In the winter, temperatures plunge to such extremes that entire seas freeze solid, creating an Arctic wasteland. These drastic changes make Fenris one of the most inhospitable planets in the Imperium. The native inhabitants of Fenris, divided into tribal communities, embody the planet's harsh nature. They are fierce, hardy, and constantly at war with both the environment and rival tribes. The trials of survival often shape these humans into prime candidates for the Space Wolves. Recruits are selected during the infamous Test of Morkai, a brutal trial that involves traversing the frozen wastes and surviving encounters with the planet's apex predators, such as the Fenrisian wolves. These massive, semi-sentient creatures are both revered and feared, symbolizing the untamed spirit of Fenris. Fenris also holds significant cultural and strategic importance for the Space Wolves. The Fang, the Space Wolves' fortress monastery, is carved into a towering mountain peak, impervious to all but the most devastating attacks. This stronghold serves as both a sanctuary and a training ground for the chapter. However, Fenris is not without its challenges. The shifting seasons and natural disasters have occasionally disrupted even the Space Wolves' operations. For example, during the time of the Wolf, an apocalyptic winter nearly consumed the planet, forcing the chapter to contend with both environmental catastrophes and chaos incursions. Despite its dangers, Fenris is a world of deep significance to the Imperium. The Space Wolves' unique culture, forged in the fires and frost of their homeworld, has produced some of the greatest heroes in the galaxy. Their unorthodox tactics, fierce independence, and indomitable spirit are direct reflections of the unforgiving environment that shaped them. Fenris serves as a reminder of the Imperium's ability to find strength in even the most hostile of places, Baal. A world of scars. Baal, the irradiated home of the Blood Angels, is a world defined by tragedy and resilience. Before the rise of the Imperium, Baal was a fertile paradise, but a devastating nuclear and viral war left it a barren wasteland. The planet's atmosphere is choked with radiation, and its surface is littered with the skeletal remains of cities long destroyed. Despite its bleak conditions, Baal remains a symbol of hope and perseverance for the Blood Angels, who transformed this desolate world into a beacon of redemption. The human inhabitants of Baal, often referred to as the Baalite scavengers, live a harsh existence. These nomadic tribes scour the planet for resources, adapting to the toxic environment through sheer determination. Sanguinius, the Blood Angels' primarch, arrived on Baal and united the tribes, leading them into an era of prosperity despite their dire circumstances. His leadership and the subsequent rise of the Blood Angels brought order and purpose to the planet. In recent times, Baal has suffered further devastation. The Tyrannid Hive fleet Leviathan launched a massive invasion, leaving much of the planet ravaged. The Blood Angels fought valiantly to defend their home, ultimately emerging victorious with the intervention of Primarch Robout Guilliman and his indomitous crusade. However, the cost of this victory was immense, leaving Baal scarred both physically and spiritually. Baal remains an enduring symbol of the Imperium's ability to endure even the darkest of times. For the Blood Angels, it is more than just a home. It is a reminder of their shared history and their capacity to overcome impossible odds. The planet's barren, irradiated surface stands in stark contrast to the nobility and grace of its defenders, highlighting the duality of tragedy and hope that defines the Imperium of Man. Cretacia, the land of beasts. Cretacia, the homeworld of the Flesh-Tearers chapter, is a death world ruled by savage beasts and relentless predators. Its landscape is dominated by untamed wilderness, where survival depends on the ability to evade or combat the planet's monstrous inhabitants. Among these are colossal reptilian predators, some rivaling the size of a scout titan. The dense jungles and rugged terrain provide little refuge, forcing the human settlers to adapt to a life of constant vigilance and ingenuity. The colonists of Cretacia are a testament to human resilience. Despite the planet's dangers, they have carved out a meager existence, using their intimate knowledge of the terrain and the behavior of local fauna to survive. The Flesh-Tearers, a successor chapter of the Blood Angels, saw the potential in these rugged survivors and established their base on the planet. Cretacea's challenges serve as a crucible, hardening the chapter's recruits into relentless warriors capable of facing the Imperium's most fearsome enemies. Cretacea's dangers are not limited to its wildlife. The planet's unstable geological activity has led to frequent earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, further complicating life for its inhabitants. In one infamous campaign, the Flesh-Tearers leveraged the planet's dangers to their advantage, luring chaos forces into the depths of the jungle, where they were decimated by both the chapter and the environment itself. Such examples illustrate the strategic value of death worlds like Cretacia, which can be as much a weapon as a hazard. For the Flesh-Tearers, Cretacia represents more than just a home. It is a proving ground, a place where only the strongest survive. The chapter's relentless and often brutal reputation is a direct reflection of their harsh upbringing on this deadly world. Cretacia, like its inhabitants, stands as a testament to the power of adaptation and the indomitable will to endure. Caliban. The lost world of the Dark Angels. Caliban, the original homeworld of the Dark Angels Legion, was once a forested death world that embodied both beauty and peril. Before its destruction, it was a planet of sprawling, dense woodlands where colossal trees reached into the heavens. However, beneath this serene appearance lay countless dangers. Caliban's forests were home to terrifying beasts, often referred to as the Great Beasts, which were massive, aggressive, and incredibly difficult to kill. These creatures, including monstrous predators such as chimera, like hybrids and venomous avian terrors, posed a constant threat to the human inhabitants. Life on Caliban was defined by a delicate balance between awe and fear, as the planet's wilderness seemed almost alive with hostility. The human settlers of Caliban lived in isolated nightly orders, drawing inspiration from the feudal traditions of old Earth. These orders were both martial and monastic, combining the ideals of chivalry with the pragmatism needed to survive on such a deadly planet. Among these orders was the Order of the Sword, led by the legendary Lionel Johnson, who would later become the Primarch of the Dark Angels. Under his leadership, the Knights of Caliban embarked on a campaign to purge the great beasts from the forests, uniting the fragmented orders and bringing relative peace to the world. This crusade not only secured the survival of the planet's human population, but also became a defining aspect of the Dark Angels' identity. Caliban's rich forests and knightly culture became deeply intertwined with the character of the Dark Angels Legion. The Legion's fortress monastery, known as the Rock, was constructed within one of the planet's mountains, blending seamlessly with the rugged terrain. The structure served as both a symbol of the Legion's might and a bastion against any threat. The traditions and values of Caliban were carried into the Legion's doctrine, emphasizing duty, honor, and the relentless pursuit of victory against overwhelming odds. However, the shadow of Caliban's dangers always lingered, a constant reminder of the precariousness of life on such a world. The fate of Caliban was ultimately tragic. Following the Horus heresy, the planet was consumed by betrayal and destruction. A schism within the Dark Angels led to a devastating conflict, and in the ensuing chaos, Caliban was annihilated by a warp storm. The destruction left behind only fragments of the planet, with the rock drifting through space as both a relic of the Dark Angels' past and a symbol of their enduring legacy. Despite its loss, Caliban's influence persists within the chapter's traditions, its memory serving as a reminder of both their roots and the sacrifices made in service of the Emperor. The story of Caliban stands as a stark example of how even the strongest worlds can fall to the machinations of war and treachery, leaving only echoes of their former glory.